From elite snipers in Finland to the toughest recruits in the country of Iran, here are soldiers you'd never want to mess with. Number 11. Army Night Stalkers. The United States Army 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, also known as Night Stalkers, provide helicopter support. Normally their missions are to take the cover of the night and assault enemy positions at high speeds, precision, at low altitudes, and by surprise. These are some of the Army's most qualified helicopter pilots, and they are some of the best all-around trained special units on this list. Not only can they fly a helicopter, they're quite lethal from the ground if they need to be. 5 basic combat skills are needed in order to be a Night Stalker: emergency response, land navigation, combatives, weapons, and teamwork. They've had a bit of a shaky start, with their first mission being in Iran, being a failure, and then getting involved in the famous Battle of Mogadishu, which became a popular movie that you might be familiar with known as Black Hawk Down. Night Stalkers have seen action just about everywhere the US has had problems with since 1983. Operations include places such as Grenada, Persian Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Pakistan, and Panama. In fact, they're currently conducting missions in what's known as Operation Inherent Resolve in order to eliminate ISIS. Number 10. MARSOC Marine Raiders. The Marines are a group of guys that you probably don't want to mess with anyway, but you really shouldn't mess with the MARSOC Marine Raiders. These guys are extensively trained in hand-to-hand combat and can probably kill you in several hundred different ways, and that's just with their bare hands. They also have much training in close quarters combat, which basically means raids in urban areas and techniques for indoor shootouts. This is one of the newer special forces out there, and traditionally, Marines aren't well known for their special forces. The role for the US includes direct action counterterrorism, special reconnaissance, and foreign internal defense. This new unit has already been seen in Afghanistan and other politically sensitive environments. Only candidates who are able to make it through the first step of physical training, which includes a lot of swimming for 8 to 12 weeks, will be able to become a MARSOC. Although the MARSOC didn't formally exist until WW2, they used the amphibious Marines who fought in the Pacific with rubber boats as their role models. Number 9. Sayeret Matkal. Since Israel is such a small country that covers important land, all Israeli citizens must serve their country's military unless they're injured or for religious reasons. They also have an elite group of special forces known as Sayeret Matkal, who are carefully selected to be the smartest and to be in the best physical shape possible. Sayeret Matkal typically has access to weapons like the Uzi or Desert Eagle pistols. This group of elite soldiers were sent out behind enemy lines to conduct hostage rescue missions. In 2008, they executed an assassination of a top Syrian general named Mohammed Slimani while he was enjoying a seaside dinner party in the city of Tartus. The mission was complete by pulling a silent boat up to the coastline and shooting him with a silent sniper rifle. This intense mission possibly saved Israel from being the victim of an all-out invasion. Number 8. SAS. The British Special Air Service is without a doubt one of the most secretive and elite military organizations around the world. It guards its operations and secrets very carefully. While much of this organization is shrouded in mystery, the public did finally see them being put to use in a hostage situation in May 1980. This was where 26 people were being held captive at the Iranian embassy in South Kensington. After a gunman took a life of the hostage, the SAS was called in to do work. 25 of the 26 hostages were rescued, and 5 of the 6 hostage takers were killed, and the other one was captured. People were quite impressed with their ability to swiftly take care of the situation. The modern-day SAS are quite advanced too. Here we see the modern-day SAS equipped with cameras on their head, dressed for the next mission. Number 7. Alvin York. Let's take a look at a few individual soldiers that you certainly wouldn't want to mess with during important moments in history. Alvin York, an American sergeant, is considered to be one of the most decorated of all U.S. soldiers during the First World War, in which he received the Medal of Honor for his selfless courage in France. Despite his platoon receiving heavy casualties, he led an attack on a German machine gun nest where he took out 25 men and captured 132 during this mission, as well as 32 machine guns. He was originally against all the violence of the war, but he accepted his duties after being drafted. It was also stated that he took out a line of charging German soldiers with only his pistol. Being singled out as the best American soldier during the conflict, he became an international hero in France as well, and gained celebrity status after his time in the military. Number 6. Simo Häyhä. Also known as the White Death, this Finnish sniper reportedly was able to rack up a total of 505 confirmed kills during the Soviet Union invasion between the years of 1939 to 1940. This is the highest recorded number of sniper kills in any major war, but he also did quite a bit of work with his submachine gun as well. The biggest mistake the Soviets made during this invasion was not wearing white snowy camouflage, which pretty much made every soldier an easy target. When you're armed with a sniper rifle, this could be like shooting fish in a barrel. The crafty Finn was sort of able to take advantage of it too. He became a national hero of sorts because of his sniping talent, and people would hear about him in the newspaper. This was all done with his Finnish Civil Guard variant of the Mosin Nagant. In order to keep his breath from giving away his position, he kept snow in his mouth. Eventually, he was shot in the face by a counter-sniper with an explosive round, but still managed to survive. He passed away in 2002, but his legacy in Finland still lives on. Number 5. Female Snipers. Let's take a look at the most prolific female sniper of all time, who had a really tough name to pronounce. Born in Ukraine, she joined a shooting range club and became an amateur markswoman at a young age. During WW2, she became one of a handful of female volunteers who found themselves at the recruiting office where she requested to be in the infantry. They allowed her to be a sniper because they needed some people, and that was a good choice because she recorded a total of 309 confirmed kills during her time with the Red Army. Only 500 out of the courageous 2,000 women made it back alive. She defended her homeland from the invading Germans, serving both the Siege of Odessa and the Siege of Sevastopol. Another female Soviet sniper worth noting went by the name of Roza Shanina, who was praised for her sharpshooting skills, but heroically lost her life during the East Prussian Offensive. Number 4. The Polish Grom. The JW Grom, as they're also known by, are almost like surgeons on the battlefield. That's because many of them are basically trained with medical knowledge and training. The group was modeled and trained in a similar fashion to other NATO special ops such as the US's Delta Force. They've been quite active since 1990 when they were first established. A psychologically demanding exam is also given in order to weed out the less mentally strong candidates. Only a small amount of applicants will get the chance to be an elite Polish fighting machine and conduct stealth operations. When a coup d'etat took place in the country of Haiti, the US, Poland, and Argentina special forces combined efforts to remove the military regime that took over. They've engaged in combat and engagements that the US could have used some reinforcements for, and are also equipped with many weapons that are popularly used in Israel. This includes the Desert Eagle, as well as the Rafael Spike anti-tank missile. Number 3. Pakistan Special Service Group. Pakistan's Special Operation Force is the country's special strike force, and these elitely trained soldiers conduct missions behind enemy lines out of airplanes. With so much tensions between India and Pakistan, having these soldiers in their arsenal will help eliminate threats that are posed on their country. Their missions are very secretive, and special training must be done in order to ensure that they can complete missions under extreme mental and physical distress. They often sport a maroon beret, but in order to get this, they must certainly do a lot of work. Only 10% of recruits will make the cut, making this one of the most exclusive special forces in the world. This regiment has seen heavy actions in a region like Kashmir, which has also been a disputed territory for decades. They have quite the advanced arsenal that includes weapons such as the Austrian-designed AUG assault rifle, the US-built M4 carbine rifle, and other US-built sniper rifles. If India is America's ally, then why are we giving Pakistan weapons? Who knows? Number 2. Iran. We suppose we could invade Iran if we wanted to, but we'd have to prepare for heavy casualties, and it certainly doesn't seem like it'd be easy. It's likely even the US, with trillions of dollars spent on their military, would run out of resources before being able to conquer Iran. Only 4% of Iran is green land, while the rest of it is made up of waterfalls, snowy mountains, and it's right in the heart of the Middle East. This means that they would have some serious backup. It's a very patriotic country who will fight to the end if they need to. If our president decides to invade Iran, they'll have to deal with a very hostile group of soldiers and civilians who don't take too kindly to Americans. Some of their special forces have been trained by the Russian Spetsnaz Special Forces. A group of extremists known as the Kurds are known for being quite skilled in bomb making and have provided much support to anyone at war with the Americans. It's a subdivision of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and thought to be an elite group of 10,000 or so special forces. Maybe we should forget about the drone attack and move on? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section if you think Trump should invade Iran. And number 1, SEAL Team 6. Typically, when you think of special forces, you think of the Navy SEALs. Many of their operations are listed as top secret, and there's a good chance we'll never know the true extent of what they've been told to do. Secret assassination attempts, sabotage, hostage rescue, and other risky missions are all responsibilities for the secret group. But who are the most elite and secretive of the Navy SEALs? SEAL Team 6. After 9/11, their budget took a huge increase and are thought to have 1,800 members right now, including females who also conduct espionage. Only the smartest, most physically fit will join the club, and combat experience is typically a requirement. Only 1 out of 8 SEALs who apply for SEAL Team 6 are expected to make it. Much of their training still remains a mystery.